Hi guys, here's another page in my Traveller's Notebook showing just how few supplies you actually need to do these layouts. So today I'm just using one piece of pattern paper and I'm going to stamp a quote which I've got written down so I can make sure I spell it properly, and I'm going to create a page with a punch. So this is a star punch, but you literally could use any punch that you've got. So I'm just going to punch as many stars as I can out of the pattern paper. And once I've got them all punched out, I can start attaching them to my page. So to start off with, I'm just going to work out how I want them to sit. I don't necessarily want them to hang off the page, so I'm just going to stagger these a little bit so I can fit 3 across in a row. And then I'm just going to start gluing them down to my page, just working my way up. I probably could have skipped these ones in the middle because I do end up pulling one up anyway because I inevitably run out of stars, and there is going to be a photo in the middle that covers them up. So I did get away with removing one, and then I can sort of piece together where the other stars are going to go. So you can see there, because I'm going to put my photo right in the middle of the page, I don't need this one, it doesn't show it all, so it can go up here. And so that's my last star, and so you can see there is a gap top and bottom, and I thought I could have left it, but I sort of wanted to fill it in a little bit. So I'm just going to trim the tops off these, and then I'm going to use one for the bottom and I'm going to use the other one for the top, and it doesn't quite fit, but luckily the pattern that's on this pattern paper makes it really easy to just sort of cover up the hole and make it look like it was one star. So I just love this look. It makes it really sort of textural, but it's really easy, and as you can see, it's super quick to do. And it only used one 6x6 piece of paper, and I know we've all got plenty of those hanging around. So there we go, there's my fake star at the top. That all fits perfectly. And so the photo I was going to stick down just as it was, but I felt like it just needed a little bit of something extra, so I'm going to stick it onto some vellum first. And then what I'm going to do is stitch around the outside just with my sewing machine. So first I'm just going to trim it down, really classily using my nail to mark where I want it. So I'll just trim that out with my paper trimmer, and then I'm going to, like I say, stitch around the edge with my sewing machine, and just all I'm doing here is just sort of folding the edges up a little bit, and it makes it a bit more textural, I think. So now I've run that through my sewing machine, and I can just stick that down onto the page. It just adds an extra element, an extra layer to what is otherwise a quite simple page, but I really like the effect of it. And this way you still get that stitching look without having to try to run your notebook through your sewing machine. And now all I'm going to do on the left side is just stamp out this quote that I have written down. And I will speed this up considerably because it did take me quite a long time. So I do like to stamp things one letter at a time, and this by no means is an example of excellent stamping. It's really hard to stamp straight while I'm filming these things, because otherwise you'll mostly be seeing the top of my head so I can see what I'm doing. So everything is a little bit off, but I actually don't mind the look. It just adds to the roughness of it. You'd think it would be easier since my notebook does have a dotted grid pattern on it, but yeah, not so much. So I'm just adding in the last little punctuation marks there. And all I've got left to do is I am going to write it as a Banksy quote, so I am going to write Banksy, not stamp it, so I'm just using the same teal coloured pen. And that's it, that's my page all done. Just goes to show you can use whatever you have on hand. You don't need a lot of supplies to do these pages. I love having these notebooks for quotes like this. I'm sort of a collector of quotes and I love having them all in one place. Thanks for watching, guys. If you want to see a few more videos, there's a couple on screen. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and I'll see you next time. Bye.